What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Wager Zone podcast, and we are back for another Dana White's Contender Series. This is week 8 now, guys. We are about even on our bets, guys. We have not won money. We haven't really lost that much money. I think we're slightly even. I have to go double check on that. But last week we got killed. Couple weeks we got a clean sweep. Couple weeks we went 50-50. Yeah, it's about an even on this one, guys. I think these plays are sometimes very hard to pick just because it's very limited tape on these guys. There's a reason why these guys are barely coming into the scene, and then there's a reason why we don't know too much about them. But yeah, guys, let's get right into this Dana White's Contender Series, guys. I want to do a lot better this week. Last week, we didn't get one fight right. We're fucking horrible last week. So this week, I want to change that shit around. I want to come back at you guys making some money, guys. First bet of the day, guys. We're going to be making a 2-leg parlay in the first two fights of the night. The first fight's going to be Christian Savoli taking on Jacoby Smith. I'm going to be taking Jacoby Smith in this one, guys. I think Jacoby Smith's going to be able to get this fight to the floor whenever he wants. I think he's going to be able to shoot a double leg, get this fight to the floor right away, and end up finishing this fight with the ground and pound or submission victory. I see that Christian Savoli hits very hard, but he doesn't have a takedown defense. He's easily taken down, especially with someone with Smith's background in wrestling. I think Smith's going to be able to get a double leg right away, take him down to the floor, and end up ground and pounding him, or end up taking his back and getting a rear naked choke. I see this fight finishing in the first or second round, guys. I think Smith's going to be that dominant in this fight. He is a minus 600 favorite, so hopefully he comes through, because a lot of these big favorites haven't been coming through in Dana White's Contender Series. But yeah, he's one of those big favorites that is a grappler, so he's not a striker big favorite, so I think it's a little bit an easier bet, I guess, for like a more safer bet with a guy that's a grappler. So give me Jacoby Smith as the first leg of the parlay, guys. I think he's going to finish this fight I'm just going to go with the submission. I think he's going to finish this fight in the first or second round via submission. It's going to be the second leg of that parlay. It's going to be Abdullah Irami taking on Montes-Finney. And I'm going to be going with Montes-Finney in this one, guys. I think Montes-Finney is going to be able to get the takedowns with ease, and I think he's going to be able to hold a lot of top control. Last time he was in the Dana White's Contender Series was a few weeks back, and he did not get the contract because he just took the guy down over and over again. He got easy takedowns, but he ended up gassing himself out, and he ended up just holding top control. He didn't really do much. He ended up winning the fight easily, 30-27, but it was one of those fights where he just was on top, didn't do much. Dana was not impressed. So Dana is bringing this guy back because he did dominate the fight, but Dana just giving him another shot. I do think Montes-Finney is going to be going in there, getting the takedowns in this fight, and I think he's going to be actually going for it. I do think he's going to get either a submission victory with a rear naked choke, or he's going to finish this fight with ground and pound. I could easily see him getting top control, getting a full mount, and just start ground and pounding this guy out. Abdullah Irami is one of those strikers that swing very heavy, and I think when he swings one of those heavy shots, it's going to be easy time for Montes-Finney to time a takedown or the double leg and take him straight down, because if Abdullah's going to be throwing those heavy hooks and you just time one of those takedowns, it's going to be easy money for you all night. So give me Montes-Finney. I don't know if he's going to be getting a contract in this one, because last time he didn't, because he was just so boring, but I do know he's going to win this fight, in my opinion. I think he's going to be able to get the takedowns easily and just dominate this fight. So give me Montes-Finney as the second leg of that parlay. It's going to be the second bet of the night, guys. It's going to be the third fight of the night. It's going to be the most competitive fight, in my opinion. This is going to be David Martinez taking on Xavier Franklin, and I'm going to be going with Xavier Franklin, guys. I think this fight is going to be very even on paper, but I'm going to be going with the plus money at a plus 125. Xavier Franklin is going to be the one pushing the pressure. I think he's going to be the one walking forward. I think he's going to be putting more of the output. David Martinez is more of a guy that stays on the back foot, and he tries to land counter shots, and I don't think he's going to be able to land the counter shots on Xavier Franklin. Xavier Franklin, I think he's going to be able to put a lot of pressure on him to where David Martinez is going to be on the back foot a lot, and he's just not going to be putting the output because he's going to be too busy moving around. If the line comes out at an over 1.5 in this one, guys, I think over 1.5 might be a good bet as well in this one, because I do think this fight has a great shot of going to decision. So it's either for me going to be taking Xavier Franklin on the money line, but when the line eventually comes out, and if I see it over 1.5 that is less than minus 200, I'm going to hop all over that, because I do think this fight's going to end going to decision, so I think over 1.5 will be a good play. But yeah, the pick for this fight, guys, I'm going to be taking Xavier Franklin in this one. It's going to be another bet of the night. It's going to be the fourth fight. It's going to be Alberto Montes taking on Carlos Calderon, and I'm going to be hopping on the money line. He's a minus 220 favorite, but I like him a lot. I'm going to be hopping on the money line of Alberto Montes. His nickname's The Promise, and that's exactly what he is. He's the promise. He's the guy that everybody's been waiting for to make it to this moment. A lot of people have had a lot of hype on this guy with his jiu-jitsu, his harsh striking, but mainly his jiu-jitsu, guys. When he gets you to the floor, he is all over you with submissions coming from everywhere. He has Kimuras, he has key locks, he has anacondas. His anaconda is pretty crazy. So in my opinion, I do think he's going to end up finishing this fight by an anaconda choke. So yeah, give me Alberto Montes. This guy has been around for a long time, and everybody's just having having a lot of promise in this guy. With MMA Masters, he's been training with them with a lot of good training camps. A lot of them have been talking really high on this guy for a while. So yeah, guys, I'm going to be taking Alberto Montes on the money line. I think he's a really good play for this one. It's going to be the main event of the night, and I'm actually not going to have too much investment in this one. It is two light heavyweights that just swing very hard, and I don't think it's going to be one of those ones you're going to want to put money on just because anybody could get knocked out. It's going to be Diyar Nurgasohe taking on Bartosz Schwitzk, and I'm going to be taking Diyar in this one, guys. I think he's going to be the one that's going to be landing the hardest strikes, and he's very patient. I just like how patient he is. Bartosz is one of those guys that come out and try to go balls to the wall, swinging heavy. He's one of those guys I think he's going to end up gassing himself out. Diyar is one of those guys that just very patient, tries to land the hard shot. He lands combinations, and he doesn't throw a whole bunch of energy out there just because he knows he has to assert himself. So give me the guy that is actually patient, that tries to land the right shot, not instead of the guy that just trying to go out there and just swing very heavy, and he's probably going to end up gassing himself out after 2 minutes. So yeah, guys, and this one, I'm going to be taking Diyar Nurgasohe. I think it's Nurgasohe, and that's going to be the play for me in this one. And all right, guys, that is it for Dana White's Contender Series. Hopefully, we catch all of our bets in this one, guys. Last week, we didn't hit one. We've been, like I said in the beginning of the video, we are about even in these ones, guys, and these bets. We've swept cards. We've not got ones right. We went 50-50 on some ones. So hopefully, this is one of those ones we go for a clean sweep. I want a clean sweep on this one, guys. So hopefully, all these reads are well. A lot of these fights are very even. Besides my two-leg parlay, I do think my two-leg parlay is probably my most confident one of the night. I think both of those guys are going to be able to get the takedowns and just dominate. Sorry, guys. That is it for today's video. Like the video. Click that like button, guys. It helps me a lot generate more people to the video. So if you guys are still here, just click the like button. And also, guys, subscribe to the page. Don't miss out. I'm always here posting all different types of MMA, soccer, and NFL. I will be getting into other sports like the NBA when the season starts. And all right, guys, I am out of here. I'll be back tomorrow.